MMA scraps is why most shows tap out then cry. We the ones like 'em now at the end of the bout with our hands to the...
Yeah, well, wasn't that kind of a compliment, though? I mean, you get that call. Obviously, you can't make the 18 pounds in 2 days, but it's got to be kind of cool to be offered John Fitch.
Yeah, man, that was awesome. That's a good feeling, man, because John Fitch right now, I think is number 2 and number 3 in our weight class, man, and that says a lot, man. For them to call me like, listen, you think you can make weight? You know, I'm like, nah, there's no way. But in the future, man, now I know they're gonna consider me as one of those top 10 fighters to fight one of the top 3, man. I can't believe it, man. It's awesome. So hopefully in the next few fights, man, I'll be ranked top 10, man.
Yeah, you know, I think one of the things that kind of surprised me was, you know, you're already a pretty established fighter. For anyone who's been following your career, they know what you're capable of. But that last fight was really interesting. I mean, it had its ups and downs. Can you tell us what you were thinking during that fight?
Well, during the fight, he kind of pissed me off, man, because when we started the fight, I put my hand to shake his hand, and he just attacked me, man. You know, no respect, man. I didn't appreciate that, man, at all. And I told him, man, in some of my interviews, I'm like, look, straight to Dan Robinson, man, I didn't like that, man. I'll show you none of my respect. Inside the case, when someone put your hand out, you don't suck at them. You know, right. You don't do that. And what it is you could tell he's inexperienced. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. That kid is good. But he's inexperienced. He rushed me. He got me down, which was really good, really impressive. And he just kept hitting. But there was nothing solid. And he didn't maintain base. He was going for submission after submission after submission. But he didn't get, position at first, you know.
Right.
That's why I was able to get up.
Position before submission is what they teach here at AMC, and I think that's what you're referring to there.
Yeah.
And, you know, John, you've got quite the background. For people who are just starting to find out about Doomsday, tell us a little bit about how you got into MMA and how you got into UFC and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, man, the way I got introduced to MMA is in Job Corps, man. I went to Job Corps to become an electrician, man, and that's my trade, man. And I became an electrician. The funny thing is, I met this guy, James Stokes. He was a freestyle grappler, man. He was like a wrestler with submissions. And he showed me grappling. You know, he invited me to one of his classes one day. I'm like, listen, man, you know, I'll box a little bit. I'll knock you out. He's like, all right, try to knock me out. So I tried to knock him out. He took me down every time, submitted me all kinds of different submissions. I said, listen, can you show me that? So he taught me the basis of submission grappling. And after I graduated Job Corps, I got my trade, you know, came back to Boston, man. I met up with some guys who was doing jiu-jitsu, went to that school, Brazilian Martial Arts Center, and my career just kind of went from there.
Nice. Well, now you're in the UFC, man. People, this last fight, has that kind of expanded people knowing who you are and maybe giving you a little bit more attention?
Man, the attention's been unbelievable, man. I appreciate all the fans, all my fans. I love y'all. Y'all crazy, but I love y'all to death. And the attention's been crazy, man. Being the first time I've wrestled and get my fight shown nationally on live was awesome, man. And I've been on Inside MMA with Boss Root, and man, that was an honor. And it's been crazy, man. I'd be walking down the street and people would just stop me in my tracks. Hey, I saw you on TV. Good fight. Da-da-da. That's awesome, man.
You've kind of gone back and forth with Rumble Johnson. For people who don't know the background story, can you give us the Reader's Digest?
All right, the Reader's Digest. What just happened with me and Rumble Johnson? Johnson was offering me my second fight in the UFC. I told the UFC no. I said, it's not fair right now. He was ranked top 10. I was like, listen, I need to get compensated a lot more before I fight one of the top 10 guys in the UFC. I said, listen, I got 3 little girls at home. I got kids to feed, okay? I can't be having a half hour like that. I get paid pennies for it, you know, and prosper on. Okay, Johnson took it as I was scared of him and I was afraid of him and that he was this big badass or something, and I was scared of him. And then, from right there, I went to Johnson. You know, I said, Johnson, I don't know who you think who you are. First of all, I ain't scared of you. Second of all, where I come from, it's the hood, man. I was like, if you think you're a badass like that, come to Boston, come to my dojo. We can fight for free, just to let you know how scared of you I am. Okay? That's how that beef started. Now it escalated. Now what happens is, UFC 109, I see him in Las Vegas, right? Now we're in the back room getting credentials, right? Getting tickets and stuff like that. I see him in a room, I'm saying, I walk up to him, he walks to me, we get in each other's faces. Now let me tell you the background on that. There's no cameras there, just staff members. Actually, there's one staff member that stopped the fight, okay? We got in each other's faces. I'm like, yeah, nothing was said, Only thing we said to each other, like, yeah, it's on. It's on. He got in my face, I got in his. All right, cool. That happens. Okay, after that, I was supposed to fight Anthony Johnson on his versus card. Okay?
Right.
He pulls out. He said he has a knee injury. Now, I'm not going to talk trash. You have an injury, fine, you have an injury. But he pulls out. Since he can't fight, his meniscus torn, he can't fight, fine. I beat Daniel Robinson. I knocked him out. Then, right after the fight, that same night, he goes online and says, John Howard, great fight, but if you fight Daniel Robinson like you fought me, I'm going to destroy you. You will not survive. I said, wait a minute, hold up. You didn't destroy me. Wait a minute, you're the one who pulled out from the fight in the first place, Mr. Johnson. You're the one that pulled out. You talk all this trash, put this thing on me, made me look like to be an a-hole, okay? And now I'm like, all right, let's fight. You pulled out. You pulled out. And now you're talking trash? Okay. That's how this starts. So me and Anthony Johnson cannot be in the same room with each other. We do not like each other. People can ask me, is the beef real? The beef is real. It's like Tito Ortiz and Shamrock. It's just like that. Probably worse. Because we cannot be in the same room. It's ugly. It's ugly. I think the right thing is going to happen, I think this fight can be dragged out until like an Ultimate Fighter show or something like that. Because the beef is serious. The drama, you have to see the drama behind the drama. You got to see it. Because when we get in each other's faces, it's ugly. It's not like, hey, how you doing? You know, we promote the fight. It's like, no, you know what? I'm gonna kick your ass first chance I see you.
Well, John, you know, does that mean that? I mean, are you going to the UFC saying, okay, I got my win? You know, you probably feel a little more secure about your place in the UFC now. Is this the fight you're looking for next?
That's right? Yeah. But I want him to be 100%. I want him to be 100% for sure. I want him to get his surgery. I want him to be 100%. Also, what I want is I want him to make weight. Yeah. I don't want that neither. I definitely want him to make weight. He's a big kid. I'll give him that. He's big. He's strong. He has knockout power. But what he knows right now, what he's thinking about is I have the exact same knockout power as you do. You fought kids that, you know, who are good strikers, okay, striker, but they have the same power as you do. Now you know that same power you give out, I can reply to it too now. So it's a 50-50 level line, and that's gonna fight. That fight's not going to decision. Someone's getting knocked out. Right? And you know what? I'm the type of man to tell you, I might get knocked out. But you know what? I'm going to try my best not to.
Is there anyone in your division you're like, I think that would be fun?
Honestly, John Fitch would be a fun fight, I think. You know, his style is slow and everything, but what John Fitch doesn't worry about me is my power. He knows I hit you once. That could be the end of your whole fight. You know, so that would be a fun fight to watch. Maybe it'll start off boring, but second and third round would be a good fight. Also, wow. I heard Nate Diaz is fighting welterweight now. I think he'd be a fun fight. So I think that would be a fun fight because I love his boxing style. I mean, it's unorthodox, but it's perfect. It's funny and it's effective. I think it'll be a fun fight. He's playing a good striker. That'd be a good fight. You know, I did say in one of my interviews a long time ago, after I beat Superman, I said, this is the guy who beat Matt Hughes. I want Matt Hughes in the future. So I need to see that fight, man. I still want Matt Hughes, but I want to see how his performance level is and hopefully fight him in the near future.